As hostel owners and managers, we all know how challenging it's been to operate our hostels during the era of COVID-19. But how would your hostel cope if war were to break out in your country? In this video, I want to introduce you to a team of hostel operators in Ukraine who immediately pivoted their hostels into refugee centers for internally displaced people within the country of Ukraine, mostly women and children. They were able to use their skills as hostel owners to provide quality accommodation to large numbers of people at a very low price. And at the end of this video, I'll show you how you can help Ukrainian refugees simply by putting this poster up in your hostel.
My name is Yevhen, and together with Igor we were doing different hospitality projects.
We worked together since 2009, so it's more than 12 years.
We were building hostels, cafes, outdoor cabins. I really like to create space where people can feel comfortable and where they can integrate into the local society, or they can be with themselves or with their family.
And now we are in a small town, Khust, in Transcarpathian region. I was born here. Before the war started, we were joking that, okay, if something happened, we will go to Khust. And then...
The big problem for people who are escaping from the war is to find an accommodation here in the west of Ukraine. There is lack of any kind of accommodation. Even if they find something, the conditions are terrible. They sleep on the floor, they share one shower for 50 people.
We were thinking how we can be useful for our citizens.
Our experience is in creating spaces for a big number of people to live and feel themselves comfortable. That was a perfect match. We're renewing this old hotel that was closed on a minimal budget. We renew all the furniture. People will sleep in the new rooms, like with new painting, on the new mattresses, clean linens. We completely renovate the showers. They will have big common areas where they can communicate, they can rest.
We're almost ready. Now we're cleaning everything.
It's really inspiring because when we started, we didn't know what to expect, but 50 or 60 people are waiting. We believe that people who are escaping the war, they should not feel themselves as they're homeless or beggars. They need to find some peace, some rest here after they were terrified in their hometowns. The price for accommodation will be really small. It's 4 euros per night. But there are people who left everything at their homes when they escaped from the war, and they cannot afford even this. So we're looking for donations from you to give free accommodation to those people in need.
Okay, so just made it past the border. This is Max from Dream Hostels, and we're gonna go see his hostel and how they're using it to house refugees during the war. So we're gonna learn all about it, and you're gonna come along for the ride. Okay, we have arrived in Khust. So this is the hostel.
There, our flag.
So tell me the story about what you're doing here with the renovations and, you know, operating a hostel during the war. So how it changed.
Firstly, for the first 2 weeks of the war, when the Russians start attacking Kiev, our hostel in Kiev became a shelter for volunteers who work for the defense of the city. Our cafes working for making food for army and territorial defense. We were deliver guys with this food around the city, and so that was first 2 weeks. The guy, the owner of this hotel, proposed him to rebuild this place to accommodate refugees. So we see this proposition and make everything. I sent you photos from government hostel where people used to live now, and it's terrible places. We try to build a place where people live comfortable, like at home, second home. So we provide comfortable rooms. We provide places where they can work, speak, playground for children. And here our kitchen.
It's very clean.
Personal clean. We have the laundry and the drying machine. Free. We made everything for $90,000. So we completely rebuilt this these rooms. For example, rooms we just painted, and bathrooms we rebuilt completely because it was horrible. I don't understand how people can take shower in such conditions. Here, more new. So somewhere were not so terrible. We kept.
Some places it was so bad.
So bad, so we renovated it fully.
Oh, this is nice.
Here in Ukraine, it's I think big problem for hostels is that people don't usually live in the hostels. So they usually live in the hotels. So when you propose them to stay here, they think
They're not
that
sure.
they're not sure. They think that something bad.
Well, one of the things.
But when they came here,
Yes.
I see my bed view, and I see how long people stay here.
A lot of people think that a hostel is maybe just a place to keep the rain off of your head, but they don't realize that it's more the community is important. That's the way we're as humans we're meant to be living in community with each other, to support each other.
And the most hostels in Ukraine, it's cheap hostels. It's just a lot of beds without any design, aesthetic or something like that. It costs, I think, $2 per bed. And drivers and workers live in such hostels. So it's I think people compare us with them and think that we some kind of such accommodation.
And so those places wouldn't be suitable for children.
Yes.
I think so. What it looks like you're providing here is a place really for mothers and children, as that's who I've seen mostly in the hostel right now. How do most people find out about you? A booking site or?
Actually, we had a problem because Airbnb and Booking closed creating of new places. So, on Airbnb, you can create new flat, for example.
But you can't create a new listing?
No, you can't. In Ukraine, you can't.
Interesting. During this tour, I was very impressed at how Yevhen, Igor, Max, and the entire Dream Hostels team have used their experience as hostel operators to provide safe and clean accommodation to many refugees during the war. This accommodation is so much nicer than what is provided by the typical government shelter, and they are working hard to build out additional rooms and open additional refugee hostels throughout Western Ukraine. The price at this hostel started at about $5 per night during the war. However, with the help of donations from all over the world, they've been able to lower this cost to $3.50 per night, and children now stay free in their own bed. They've provided this poster with the hope that hostel owners around the world will put it up in their hostels and promote this project. Personally, I think this is a tremendous way for the global hostel industry to help support Ukrainian refugees and show our support of international peace. I encourage you to look at their website and learn more and find ways to donate and help. They've committed to total transparency with this charitable project, and upon my suggestion, they are now posting their bank statements so anyone can see the amount of donations they've received and how those funds are being used. Thanks for watching this video, and thanks for your support. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comments section on YouTube. If you're watching this video on hostelmanagement.com, you can commit up to 50% of your membership fees to this cause. Just use the tip section off to the right. Thanks a lot.